Welcome back to the Gfinity Elite Series Street Fighter V edition. We're just about to have Brisbane Deceptors going up against Melbourne Order. But before we do, Lockie, I want you to make a call on who you reckon's going to win this round. Also, I should let you know that of the other casters so far on the other day's play, we had Kevin, who got all his predictions wrong. And then today we had a Yummy Cheese Man who nailed every single one. So no pressure, see how you go. But who do you reckon, Deceptors or Order?
I'm going to go the Deceptors.
Why? Who are the crucial players in there?
Look, I just really like ROF. That's what it comes down to. I think he's a great player, a lot of character. But I wouldn't count out Robbie's team.
Yeah. But you still reckon it's down to Deceptors?
Yeah, I know.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. Rolling the dice. Okay, let's get this first match underway. Let's see some action. Over to you, casters. It's time to fight.
It's game day, ladies and gentlemen, live at the Gfinity Arena in Sydney, Australia, as we kick off week one and match one of the Gfinity Elite Draft, showcasing some of the finest Street Fighter V talent from around Australia. Are you pumped, Tom? I'm feeling really pumped.
Mate, Alex, I am absolutely raring to go. This is going to be a killer matchup, and the way that these matchups have played out is very interesting, and I'm excited to see some action.
Yeah, I know. And look, like Lachlan said, really looking forward to seeing ROF play today. He is the villain. I think it's something about those glasses he's wearing. He's got that X-ray vision. He knows what his opponents are going to do. These are going to be very short matches. It's going to be first to 2 rounds for each match. So, I mean, it's really, I think adaptation is the most important skill here. They really have to be switched on as to what their opponents are doing, because they're going to be bringing the cheese, and they're bringing as much cheese as they can. For these last 2 days, they've been playing their hearts out, and they're going to bring the best of what they have here tonight. They've been sandbagging all weekend, and now it's down to this, and all the money's on the line.
And it looking like, first up, we are going to have Kamzace versus Zed, so that will be a Manat and Nikali matchup, if I am not mistaken. And if, from what I've heard from guys around the community, Nikali is a very strong character against Manat. Yeah,
look, it's going to be against any character who's playing against Manat, it's obviously going to be very difficult for them to get in.
Yes, yeah.
Zed is, of course, of no slouch of a player. He knows how to play Nikali very well, so if anyone's able to get in, it's him. And Zed, of course, has a great reputation for his meaty pressure, meaning that you cannot press wake-up buttons against this man. If you try and press wake-up buttons, you will get slammed.
Yeah, exactly. And then Manat has issues with this wake-up pressure. So Manat is designed as a character where she wants to keep you away. She's trying to keep you at that full-screen distance, and you're going to try and run into these buttons, and they're just going to chip away at you until you die.
That's right, of course. Manat having no EX reversal on wake-up except critical eye, pretty much. So it'll be interesting to see if we do see Kamzace resource to a wake-up critical eye.
I hope we do.
But I'm looking to see a lot of consistency from Zed. Very consistent online, I believe. He's Ultra Diamond online, something much better than me.
Oh, yes. Well, that's what happens when you play Ryu, Alex. But no, Zed, from watching Zed in the draft showcase matches and other work and other tournaments around the country, he has some really dirty mix-ups, some dirty pressure scenarios. It's going to be interesting to see if Kamzace can work that Manat game against him.
That's right, and he's I think he's only 22 years of age from Melbourne, Zed, so he's definitely one of the younger players. Great to see some of the young bloods getting out there. Of course, all those OGs from Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 3, Third Strike, Street Fighter 4. We've got some of those players here today, but of course we're starting off with Zed, the 22-year-old, or 23 I believe he is, from Melbourne, Australia. A fantastic player, so I think we're going to see a very kinetic match between the two.
Yes. And I think that's an interesting topic, the age bracket gap. With the inception of Street Fighter V, we saw a new sort of era of players coming in. You've still got your old heads, like, you know, your Somniacs and stuff from that Street Fighter 4 era. But some of these guys that you see here, like Zed's there and stuff, they're like, these young guns have come in and taken it to these old heads. And it's really exciting to see this new age of players rising up and taking over the scene.
They've taken it to the old heads, and I have to say, as one of those older players, I do get a bit put off sometimes when I lose with Ryu all the time to these younger players who've got those young man reactions. But speaking of young man reactions, we're going to head into Game 1 of the Gfinity Elite Series live from the Gfinity Arena in Sydney, Australia. And there's that Manat pick from Kamzace, and we've got Nikali from Zed ready to roll as we both get set up here for Game 1. And I've got my money on Melbourne Order, I have to say.
You reckon?
I think they've got an unbeatable trio with ROF, Nikali and Bug, but it looks like the Deceptors are going to have a lot of work on their hands.
Cut out for them, indeed.
First of all, we have Manat up on the scene versus Nikali, and here we go into Game 1.
Here we go.
The Gfinity Elite Series live in Sydney, Australia. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great match. Let's put your hands together
let's get
for
into
the
it, guys.
first game.
Woo! Looking very intense, ready to go.
Your destiny?
Manat, a fan favourite I
Best
believe.
2D waifu in the business.
Ooh, is she?
That's right. All right, let's get into game one. Both the intros are playing out for both characters.
Let it rock. That's the way.
Players thinking about what they're going to do. This is the first of 2 rounds, so let's see how they both go.
Yeah, no room for error here. Both players have to play clean, they have to play fast, and they have to play hard. And there you see straight away Zed going for that V-skill with Nikali. That is going to be a key factor in this matchup, trying to knock Bernat down and get in.
And you can see Kamzasi threatening with those dive kicks and the standing lights and the standing medium punch to try and threaten Zed, trying to really discourage him from getting in. But of course, once Zed gets in, he's got that meanie pressure. He can stay in all day, and he's going to really give Kamzase some trouble. But although Kamzase famously getting some games off Takedo at Battle Arena Melbourne in casuals, it wasn't on stream unfortunately, but he is without a doubt a very talented player. But look at that disc attack from Zed, really just to get in there straight away, and here we go.
This is bad for Kamzase now. He's in the corner. Ooh, forward throw. Stuns a factor now.
This is where Manat struggles.
That was gross.
Look at that meaty timing, that crush counter timing.
Oh, he dropped it. Oh, here we go. Can't hit jab. Here comes Manat. Manat's V-trigger is one of, if not the strongest in the game.
Oh, and just, I don't want to say that was a mash, I'd say that was a calculator dragon punch from Zed. Very well played. Zed taking round 1, putting round 1 on the board. He's already halfway there, taking it for the Melbourne Order as we move into round 2.
Goodness, that was a terrifying moment then for Zed. He almost threw it all away. If you let Manat get that hit and activate into V-trigger, she can steal rounds like it's nobody's business.
That's right. Looks like nerves getting to Kamzasi early. Look at that EXDP straight away from Zed. He is not wasting any time at all. He is not afraid to press the big red button.
Look at this button pressure, these staggered medium kicks, just oppressive from Zed, but good response from Kamzase. Putting on the Manat pressure now. He can't really do much in this forward throw, and now we're back to where Manat wants to be.
That's right, and looks like Kamzase has moved it up to 6th gear now. He's got Zed in the corner. Zed not perturbed. All right, there's that big crush counter. Kamzase opening with his own crush counter there in the corner. Right, here comes the meaty pressure from Zed.
Oh, here we go. Oh, drops the combo.
The V-trigger activation from Kamzase. Let's see if he can make it work this time. All right, there's the dive kick, and that's going to hurt. Look at all that damage into the air grab. And that's the low to finish it out. Very well played from Kamzase as he puts a round on the board. It is now 1 round apiece into this first game of the Gfinity Elite Series.
Crucial first game here. Both players want to come out on top on this one. They're both playing extremely well though, so it's going to be interesting to see how we adjust.
Ooh. That's right, and look, adaptation is the most important thing in these short games, and there's the throw. It looks like Zed's in a bit of trouble. He's already down 40%.
Ooh, here we go.
Right, air to air. There's the EX grab. Not going to bite.
Goes for the dive kick to blow up the anti-air. Okay, this is getting a bit messy now. Looks like both players getting a bit nervous, starting to whiff a lot of buttons and throws.
Zed's down to 50%, but of course he does have a full critical art and V-trigger on deck. He's going to have to make it work now. It's now or never. He's got about 20% left life on the bar. There's the activation. Here's the critical art through the orb. I love it. It's fantastic. That's going to do about 40% raw on Manat.
Damage!
Damage. Here comes the meaty pressure.
Oh no, here we go. Big combo time. He's dead if he doesn't drop this.
This time. Oh, and he drops it. No mash DP. He's ready for it this time.
Oh, and that's it.
There's the throw, and very well played from both players. Unfortunately,
ooh, Cam's shaking. Look at that. He knew. He knows he flew by that one on the seat of his pants.
And a very unfortunate loss for Zed and Team Order there, but both players laughing it off. Very well played from Kamzase. And that's why he is one of the greatest Manat players in Australia right now. And he was able to get those 2 games off Takedo, actually. Very surprising.
Was, yes. Very strong New Zealand player.
Right.
We have a good New Zealand contingent in Gfinity, actually specifically the Deceptors. Because they have Ghost Chips, the 16, 17-year-old Bison player.
That's right. Speaking of new generation players, 16 years old, but we're just going to go straight to an instant replay here. And here's the V-trigger set up here, but unfortunately just drops it, and you can see Zed doing the very well-timed DP there. It's not a mash if it hits, right?
If it hits,
it's a read.
If it hits, it's a read. Exactly, Alex.
All right, and there's the EX grab, and just finishing out with the low, catching Zed trying to walk back there out of the pressure, I think.
Excellent conversion.
It's 1 round apiece here, and here comes the finisher. Zed not going for the DP interrupt here, and Zed just, Kamzase just finishing it out there with Manat with a clean throw. I don't think he'd gone for a throw at all there during the 2 games.
You can see the nerves there. Cam dropped that combo there, and that was a terrifying moment.
Look, it's very, very difficult. One of the most, probably the most difficult combo to hit in Street Fighter 5. And Street Fighter 5 has lowered the barriers to entry, making that execution a lot easier. But if you want to make the long yards with Manat and really get that damage out, you've got to be able to nail that combo online. And most especially in person here at the Gfinity Elite Series. It looks like he's got to have another Dare Ice coffee if he wants to hit that, because I've had 3 and maybe I could have a go at it myself.
Rare to go.
I play Ryu, so I'm used to losing. So that's what I like to do. All right, well, very well played by Kamzase. He puts a game on the board.
On the board. Lachlan's prediction looking good so
Lachlan's prediction looking good. I was dead wrong. I thought Zed was going to take that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was watching the draft showcase matches, Zed washed everybody he played. It was a clean 3-0 nearly every single time. But next, it looks like if we care to move on, we're going to have up Robbie Slar, the
It's everyone's favourite Alex Twitch streamer, Robbie SLA. He's ready to roll with his Alex headband on.
Yes,
He's really getting into character here, perhaps cosplaying a little bit as Alex. One of the only Alex players left in Australia. He's really holding it down for that character. I love it. I love character loyalty.
And I love variety.
That's right, and this is what we love to see here at the Gfinity Elite Series as we go into Alex versus Bugs Ibuki. Now, this is going to be a very uphill match for Alex. He's putting on that special DLC costume that we like to see from Alex. It's a very special occasion here, live from the Sydney Gfinity Arena as we move into match 2 in the Brisbane Deceptors versus the Melbourne Order.
Now, Bug is no slouch. Bug is one of, if not the best Ibuki in the country.
That's right, along with IMCO, 2 very strong Ibuki players. I can see Sio in the audience there nodding his head, giving yes, he likes that shout out. All right, here we go into
game 1.
Match 2 is game 2.
So what we're going to see in this matchup is it's going to be a sort of Alex or Robbie is going to be fighting this sort of buttonsy neutral style, and you're going to see Bug try and do what he's doing right now and just be oppressive with these buttons.
And look at that kunai to really cover that jump, and there's really nothing to do, but he's got the V-trigger already.
Great
and the comeback on this V-trigger one is so good. There's the meaty, just going for that lariat pressure.
Okay, here we go. This is where Ibuki Scary mix up.
Oh, there's the parry! I love it. It looks like Robbie's been labbing this one in quietly in private. He knows how to get out of that. But speaking of getting out of mix-up, here comes Bug with his own 50-50 mix-ups. And look at that live just melt away on Alex. He's got one chance left.
Throw.
And it's not going to be enough. There's the throw. And very well played by Bug for the... Well, we've got right team handle on the screen here, but it's the Melbourne Order. And Bug playing very well. There's the EX Kunai to open the round, and look at that health just melt away.
Alex has serious anti-air issues, and you can see that Bug is abusing this right now with quite possibly the best jump-in option in the game in that jump EX Kunai. Oh, that is a big whiff. Bug with the pressure now. Right. Oh no, this is... Oh, come on.
Block. That is unsafe. Unfortunately, he's going to pay for that. There's a 50, and that's the stun. And it looks like that's just going to be just like that.
That was a quick second game.
Yeah, and Bug sending Robbie SLA packing very quickly. Great showing from Robbie SLA. Thank you for playing, and Bug taking it very cleanly. 2-0 over everyone's favourite Alex streamer. You can catch him on Twitch. I'm sure he'll be back next time.
Twitch.tv/RobbieSlar. Please check it out. We all love him. He's a great guy, and he's a great... I'm really happy to see him.
All right, so look, that was a very quick match. It's we're going to get some instant replays here, but that match went so quickly.
It's going to be hard to get some, but it was a one-sided story here, basically, Alex. What you're seeing here is just this oppressive pressure from Ibuki, and her game plan is just to sort of knock you down with those good buttons, get that EX Kunai release, get the damage, and not let Alex get his game going. And as you can see, I mean, Bug perform that to perfection, and here we are.
That's right. Ibuki's neutral game is so strong in Street Fighter V. She was considered very strong in Season 2, perhaps not as strong in Season 3.5, but she's still a very, very strong character, a very difficult character to contend with, and we're going to move into the third game. Thanks very much for joining us. We're live at the Gfinity Arena in Sydney, Australia. It's game day, and we're going into the third game. It's going to be Ghost Chips, the New Zealand prodigy, versus Requiem of Fear. Now, this is going to be a very interesting match because two perhaps of the strongest players in Australia at the moment.
Of Oceanic region, exactly. And then also, I know that Ghost Chips has had birdie issues in the past. At recent tournaments, he has lost in winner's bracket and loser's side of the bracket to specifically just birdie players.
That's right. And you know life sucks when you have some birdie issues.
Oh, man.
It's the worst of the worst. But here, look at ROF. He's smiling. He loves people having birdie issues because that's his favourite thing. And he's got those famous ROF shades on.
ROF shades and the ROF stash.
With that X-ray vision. All right, we're going to see a Bison versus Birdie matchup here.
We got to see some, like, ROF merch. And it's just a big T-shirt. And it's got, like, some aviators and a big mo on it.
That's right. As we get into Game 3 of the Brisbane Deceptors versus the Melbourne Order, it's going to be Ghost Chips, the New Zealand prodigy, the 17-year-old. He's a pad player, interestingly enough. I think he's the only pad player out of the 6 players here today.
Yeah, I know, out of these two teams, yes.
It's going to be, gives him those quick reactions. I think those pad players might have a slight advantage. I'm not sure. The jury's still out on that. All right, let's get into the game.
Here comes the can. Okay, so that's a big factor in this matchup. How will Ghost Chips deal with the can?
And this is classic ROF, straight into the command grabs. He's not wasting any time at all.
Punish from
There's the Psycho Crusher. He's straight in there with the meaty pressure.
All right, now Ghost Chips is trying to do some staggered pressure here. Force ROF into pressing a button, making a mistake, and getting a big counter hit. That's Bison's game plan.
That's right.
And you can see right now he's sort of... ROF is sort of slowing down, playing this patient game, trying to avoid getting in scenarios. Oh, and the big chain grab is a big meaty for him. Good.
That's right, and I love that backdash. Perhaps anticipating a cheeky command grab from ROF, of course.
Good counter hit confirms from Ghost Chips, showing he's playing strong early.
And look at this standing roundhouse pressure. Doesn't opt to cancel the Psycho Blast from the standing heavy punch, perhaps expecting an EX Bullhorn.
EX knees.
All right, there's a lot. RF is in
free. Here we go.
That's right, RF is in trouble. There's that. I think it's a 5-frame standing light punch.
Yes, okay.
Very effective.
Okay, this is where Birdie's scary though. ROF gets 2 hits, but Ghost Chips is dead.
All right, doesn't push with the setup, just opts for the The Poison Fart, as we heard it was yesterday. Okay, here comes some pressure from Ghost Chips.
Ooh, he's being very patient with his buttons. I love this play from Ghost Chips.
All right, and there he is. And Ghost Chips saying, if you're going to play lame, I'm just going to throw you up against the wall with that Psycho Power. If you don't want to press some buttons, I'm going to press some for you as we move into round 2.
That was a very strong chunk.
Oh, that hurts.
This is big. Look, that's 30% life gone. Wake up reversal from ROF. He's taking none of it. Time to fight back.
ROF answers back with his own wake up EX reversal. Right, there's the cheeky bull. There's a cheeky command grab again.
Ooh, jump jab anti-airs. We got those. Here we go. Slow it down a bit. Can he punish that? Bit too far.
Oh, and again that dash up command grab. Is that going to be stunned? No, it's not going to be enough. Oh, and a fantastic meaty. And that is going to be almost ran. He's got one guess left.
And overhead. Good choice from ROF there in that scenario. He's pushing Ghost Chips into the corner, making him panic, making him worry about these buttons, then just poke on top of the head.
That's right. Both very highly disciplined players, very elite players. I guess that's why we call it the Gfinity Elite Series.
Yes, that'd be why.
And look at the read on that dash. He just held him straight away with the standing medium punch. I love it.
Oh, another reversal from ROF. He's just going to do it. He's not afraid.
Oh, and that is the definition of birdie problems when you have to deal with those wake-up EX bullheads. All right, there's the V reversal.
That's a strong choice from him, trying to get Bison off of him. Ooh, that was a delay.
How many command grabs is that? That's 4. There's the Dolphin Dive. That's going to cost him dearly. Oh, Ghost Chips drops.
He dropped it. Oh, wake up, Devil's Reverse. That's throwing vulnerable.
Anyone's game here at the moment. All right, there's a throw. Both players are even on life. One game apiece.
Here comes V-Trigger 1. Shin Bison. Back throw again. This is scary for ROF.
One of the best V-Triggers in the game. All right, there's the EX Bullhead. Is this going to be an activation?
Yep.
This could be death, and that is it. ROF gets by the skin of his teeth with a V-Trigger activation and an EX Bullhead.
Oh, look at him. He's talking.
For the win. Big. And he's trash talking to Ghost Chips. He's giving the New Zealand. Yeah, look at this.
Cut it out.
Get him off the stage. No thuggery allowed. This is a family-friendly tournament.
The young fella doesn't care though. Look at him. He's just sitting there thinking, I'll get you next time.
Not protrude. I think he's all talk. When he gets those glasses on, he gets very excited. He
does. He's a completely different person with the glasses.
All right, here we're going to go to an instant replay now. And there's that wake-up pressure from Ghost Chips. ROF not biting, trying to slow it down there.
That was a gutsy little forward throw there. You sort of slow it down and you make ROF think about your button options and a dashing throw.
That's right. I think ROF was waiting for a forward dash there to catch him with a standing medium punch, but of course it didn't work. And there's the overhead to take out round 2 with ROF. It's one round apiece here, and here's the corner pressure with that standing roundhouse. But again, ROF getting by the skin of his teeth with an EX bullhead to take out that game.
And look at that pop off. A strong showing from the Australian, and look at him, he's ready to go. Now, I believe we are going to throw it back to Luke quickly. Luke, back to you, buddy.
Thank you. Huge win from ROF, which puts Deceptors on top early. No, Melbourne ROF. Sorry, that's a big mess up. Melbourne Order on top early. Sorry, apologies ROF. Let's not get a shot of him reacting to that, please. Which puts Melbourne Order on top early. Heaps more Street Fighter action after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the first ever Australian Gfinity Elite Series Street Fighter matchup. Brisbane Deceptors are going head-to-head and fist-to-fist with Melbourne Order. So far, the Order on top. The next pairing for Game 4 is Deceptors Ghost Chips up against Melbourne Order's ROF, who we've already seen do some pretty sweet moves. Over to you, casters. It's time to fight again. Let's do it.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody. We are going to get straight into these games, and this will be a run back of the last match you saw in which ROF just scraped it out against Ghost Chips.
That's right, we're getting into the time machine. We're going to have a rematch that you just saw, so it's going to be a chance for Ghost Chips, the prodigy from New Zealand, to get the run back to the thuggery of Rumour's Requiem of Fear.
Yeah,
Sorry, apologies.
What do you think Ghost Chips should do to adjust in this matchup?
I think he needs... Look, I think he needs to do... I'm not a Bison expert, I don't play the character, but he really needs to get into RF's head. RF is slowing the game down a lot, and he really needs to do more throws, he needs to do more Bison cookies, really just keep RF locked down in the corner.
Exactly.
Get him out of that, get rid of the freedom to do the EX bullheads and the command grabs. All right, and here we go into the run back straight away.
Oh, dash up command grab.
And trying to put Ghost Chips off his game very early on with the command grab.
If you're ROF in that scenario, you're okay with him whiffing that because you're instilling a thought in Ghost Chips' brain. You're like, I'm gonna just do it. Oh, good punish from Ghost Chips though. Here we go. Corner for him.
He's already got RF down to about 50%. All right, and another command grab. He's really trying to get inside Ghost Chips' head.
So slowing it down a little bit now, which I think is bad for Ghost Chips. This matchup has been working out when he attacks, when he plays that offense.
And ROF just waiting for that stuff to go away. It looks like Birdie just stood there and took it.
I'm not sure what happened there.
And there's a third command grab, and he's going to get punished hard for that.
He's dead.
That's it, and that is it. And Ghost Chips taking round one. RF looking a little bit unhappy with himself there, but I'm sure he can bring it back. Let's see if we see the dash in.
Yeah, dash in. I'm going to dash in. Oh,
no, he's just going for the grab. And there's the hell attack. Ghost Chips is ready for it that time.
Yo, good start from Ghost Chips in this one. I like this change. Oh, he dodged the banana. That was terrifying.
Well, now, 2 sweeps in a row, but Ghost Chips just out of range. He's not biting.
Actually, oh,
that's
good.
Going to be a punish.
Oh, he dropped it,
unfortunately, but he's going to get another big life lead. Look, he's down to about 40%. There's the activation.
Oh, he misses the punish on that. It's interesting because, like I said, that fast-paced style would benefit Ghost Chips, but now it seems that the lame, slower style is working.
That's right. All right, big jump in from ROF. Let's see if he can capitalise. He's got Ghost Chips in the corner now. Okay, Ghost Chips. Oh, and look at that anti-air. I like. Oh my, so difficult to anti-air.
That's a big punish here. Okay.
Follow up with the bicycle kick.
Going for shimmies. Ghost Chips does not have his V-trigger on deck yet, but one more hit will do it.
There was the bull here. I was expecting that, or the EX bull horn.
Overhead. Whoa.
Oh, and look at the read on the backdash there. Just beautiful. Goes for the EX dolphin drive. Tries to claw it out. Here comes the activation.
Oh, good.
And that is it. And well played from Ghost Chips. He gets the run back. Against the king of thugs himself, ROF.
ROF's a whole lot quieter now that he dropped that game, Alex.
Look, it's a big surprise, isn't it?
Yeah,
these bullies, they're all talk when they're winning, but when they lose, they're suddenly very quiet.
Oh, he's shaking his head.
Oh, look.
He's making excuses.
Get out of here, all right.
Birdie's so bad, man.
Very well played from Ghost Chips. Very happy with himself. Look at the relief on his face. He's beaten down the thug here at the Gfinity Elite Series live from the Gfinity Arena. And what a fantastic game. We're just going to go into a replay here and look at the damage there on that bullhead.
Big reads, man.
Look, he went for 3 command grabs in this round. I can't believe it.
See, the story of this game was the opposite of the last one, where it just seems like Ghost Chips had a read on everything ROF wanted to do.
Yes. And
he's laughing.
Oh, he's laughing. But look, adaptation, I think, is one of the most important things, the most important skills to have, especially in short games such as these.
Yeah.
And players like ROF who like to get into your head, even before the game started, he's already getting into your head with the thuggery and the psychological warfare. He was talking trash all weekend in the hotel room, sandbagging, really trying to get under Ghost Chip's skin, but all credit to him, he's only 17 years old, and he stood up to the bully and the menace that is ROF.
It's really exciting to watch Ghost Chips play. I am a massive fan of this kid. The fact that he's 17 years old and he's been travelling all around New Zealand and Australia as a sponsored player for like 2 years now, cleaning up at tournaments. He's a constant top 8 presence.
I was always very impressed with this player, and I actually got the opportunity to play him in a long casual set at Battle Arena Melbourne, and I'm pleased to announce that I lost 19 games to 1 in a very, very close set.
Very close.
I think he might have been on his phone at the whole time while we were playing as well. He started looking around and looking very tired and very bored, but look, he's got those young man reactions and plenty of dare ice coffees as well to go add that in a lethal combination for a 17-year-old to play Street Fighter V so well.
The 1-2 punch.
That's right. Up next, we're going to have Cam's Ace versus Bug. It's going to be Cam's Ace again with Manat and Bug with his legendary Ibuki. Both players very strong on the ground game. It's going to be very hard to Bug to get in, but of course, if anyone is good at getting in, it's Ibuki with those command dashes.
And that V-skill. That V-skill, I think, will be a key tool in this matchup. So for people that aren't aware, Ibuki's V-skill is like a poke where she reels back and then pushes out an attack.
The rider, that's right.
And the way that she reels back, she can avoid buttons. So watching this matchup for Kamzace to sort of be pressing buttons, trying to create that space, and then Bug will use that V-skill to pull back, dodge Kamzace's button, and punish it.
Fantastic. All right, we're tied at 2 games apiece. The Melbourne Order versus Brisbane Deceptors. My apologies. All right, and here we go into round 1. Let's see if Melbourne Order can bring back their lead and take it to 3-2, or if the Deceptors can take it with Manat. All right, great block. Look at that cross-up there.
There's the V-skill. Bang, straight away. Yeah, no, very good blocks from Kamzace there. And an interesting thing I did just notice is that Bug is just throwing those kunais as regular projectiles, which is an interesting option, and I need to ask him why he went for that.
Well, Bug is a lab monster. If anyone knows the ins and outs of the Manat matchup, I'm sure it's him, because he is an extremely technical player. Of course, no skin off Kamzace. He is a very technical player himself. All right, and look at these throws.
This is bad. Manat's best feature is her V-trigger, and she's just thrown it all away.
It's just falling apart here in the corner, and Bug shaking his head. God, that was so easy. He's smiling. He says, come on.
And that was so free.
All right, Kamzace has got to pick up the pace here now. There's that standing hard punch, but doesn't work out for it.
Instant Air EX kunai is one of the best tools in the game, as we mentioned before.
And look at he's just getting
pressure.
Look how fast he's getting in. Look at that standing medium punch counter hit pressure. He's able to confirm off that.
Stun.
And there's the stun. And that might be it already.
Yeah, he's dead. He's super dead.
That is it. And Melbourne Order goes up 3-2 against the Brisbane Deceptors. Very well played by Bug. It's all over Red Rover with Ibuki.
Hey, that's my line.
And look at ROF piggybacking off that. He's still being a thug, even though he wasn't even playing.
Hey, man, I won, man.
He always thinks he wins. He thinks everything's about him. That's the problem. All right, as we move into the next game, very well played by Bug. The Melbourne Order goes up 3-2 against the Brisbane Deceptors. Let's have a look at the instant replay
so
here.
This is bad. This is a shocking scenario for Manat. You see how Kamzace is just losing these orbs. And that's the best thing this character has. And when she's at a life deficit, she has to make the most of that V-trigger. So the moment that he lost that opportunity, it was almost over already.
That's right. I really like the way that Bug played there. And look at the... Did he say free? Did he just say free? I'm trying to read his lips here. We need some subtitles, I think.
I reckon he's one of those guys. He would most certainly have said free.
The Melbourne Order, I tell you what, the thuggery on display here from this team. I mean,
villains.
He's a good man. He's a nice guy, Bug. He doesn't need to take any bad examples from ROF.
No.
He's a bad example for the entire team.
Yeah, just another strong competitor.
He's been a bad example all weekend.
Don't get poisoned.
That's right. Just leave him alone. All right, we're going to go into the next match. It's going to be Robbie SLA, everyone's favorite online Alex player, versus Zed. He's going to have a very hard time, I think, versus Zed.
And this is a pivotal match, Alex. If Robbie does not pick this game up, this set is over.
That's right. And Robbie, of course, I'm sad to say he got a bit run over in the last game. It was all over very quickly, and he's going to need to bring it back and really redeem himself in the eyes of the Brisbane Deceptors.
Oh, there is Bug with his Dare Iced Coffee.
Bug, he's still saying free in between those sips of iced coffee.
Oh, so free, man.
So smug. So smug.
But no, this is a big match. Like, Robbie is the team captain of the Brisbane Deceptors, so it is fitting that the weight is on the captain's shoulders.
That's true. No pressure at all. You have to win your games if you are the captain of your team. That is a golden rule here. So, Robbie, if you don't win, you're off the team. Can you be the captain of the team? No.
Are you going to take his spot?
No, I'm definitely not going to take his spot. Then they will go even worse. All right, we're going to go into the next game. Melbourne Order is up 3-2 over the Brisbane Deceptors.
Let's see how this one goes. So this is going to be an oppressive matchup. Alex has serious trouble getting characters off of him, right? Nakali is built to get in your face, just knock you down, and just blow you open.
That's right. Okay, and Robbie's going to really have to play his defensive game here. He's going to try to activate V-Trigger one as fast as he can to try and really get that comeback factor activated. He's going to need it against Zed because Zed's reactions are just unbelievable. And here we go into round one. It's 3-2. Wow! And
okay, Robbie.
Oh, he's going to go for. I thought he was going to go for a second one there.
Robbie is just going balls to the wall right now. That's what I like to see.
Zed was a bit unhappy with that. I think that was a bit of an opening salvo, a bit humiliating for Zed there. Oh, look at that standing.
Robbie, please!
All right, Robbie's woken up.
Yeah, he's doing it now.
All right, there we go. He's pressed it, but he's in trouble now. He's got to do some winning. There's that standing medium punch in the corner.
Here comes Rage Shift. Big confirmed. We've got a 50-50 here off the chop. Goes for the button.
I love it.
Oh, he didn't confirm off the
Tries to go for the neutral jump. I think he was expecting a power bomb there, but he's not going to get it.
Oh, he dropped it. Oh,
they both drop it. Gosh, that's a heartbreaker. All right.
He's not dead.
Goes for the standard throw. Robbie's still alive. Oh, and there's
chip.
Yes, yeah, I like it. A bit of an anticlimax there, but of course, that is what you can do in Street Fighter V. You can chip them out with the critical art, which is exactly what Zed has done here. One of the features of high-level play. I like it.
That is a professional move.
That is good, and
I like it. Now let's see. I don't think Robbie did anything wrong there. He just made one crucial mistake not punishing that DP, and it all fell apart.
I like the way Robbie's playing. He's certainly playing a lot better in that first game. But speaking of playing better, look at the way Zed's doing here. Look at that standing medium punch press, that meaty pressure in the corner there, those frame traps.
V-trigger is almost on deck for Robbie now. He's getting a bit aggressive with these dashes. Zed
He's got a full stick of butter.
Ooh, that back dash was a big read.
And it looks like it's all falling apart here from Robbie. All right, there we go. There's the anti-air. I like it. That's big damage. He's got a follow-up here. There's
the back dash. Ooh, light DP. We got those.
And these... Oh, that big swing. There's the unblockable. It's not going to do much damage. There's the reset.
Robbie's got to fight now.
There we go. Wake up, power bomb. Just do it.
Oh, he could have confirmed.
He's almost got it. He's almost got it. It's anyone's game here now. I can't speak.
Oh, God.
There's the walk-up grab.
Jeez.
Look,
you know
that is what you've got to do in those tense moments, you know, when it looks like looks like somebody's waiting for them to make a move, and that is it. Very well played by the Melbourne Order. They take it 4-2 over the Brisbane Deceptors.
And you know what? If I'm Robbie in that scenario, I'm not upset with that loss. I think he played really well. He showed guts, and he was right there with Zed.
Yeah.
It's just Zed converted once or twice, where Robbie didn't, and that's in a game like Street Fighter V where the damage is so high. One missed conversion can change everything.
That's right. That's the name of the game here today, Tom. That's what makes Street Fighter V so exciting, particularly here at the Gfinity Elite Series, live from Sydney, the Gfinity Arena here in Sydney, Australia. And that's it. The Melbourne Order taking it 4-2 over the Brisbane Deceptors in a very good set play from the Melbourne Order, and the thuggery from ROF on full display here. That psychological warfare.
I feel like they're trying to instill like a persona. They're trying to build up a reputation.
I hope this is not becoming a pattern for them, because
no, it will.
It's just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
With a captain like ROF, Alex, you're gonna be working this, this mastermind, this criminal persona,
Well, we already kicked him out of the hotel room when the setup, so...
Yeah, no, he wasn't allowed, no.
But he's made his way back, so look, it looks like it's working for them. Very well played by the Melbourne Order. I have to say, being a Melbourne boy myself, I'm a little bit biased for the Melbourne Order, so very well played, 4-2. And let's see, up next we're going to go into, it's going to be the Sydney Roar versus Sydney Chiefs.
I'm excited for that matchup, but before we get there, I'd like to ask you a couple questions, Alex. So what do you think about specifically the way that these matches went? How do you feel? What was the most pivotal one in your opinion?
Well, look, I have to say, the Melbourne Order is a very strong team, perhaps the strongest team here at the Gfinity Elite Series. So I have to say, I did expect them to win. I expected it to be a little bit... I wasn't expecting the Brisbane Deceptors to get 2 games. They do have Ghost Chips on their team, so he is a very strong player. I'm not surprised that he got that win over ROF, but I expected it to be 4-1. So really? I think my prediction was close.
Yeah,
but
very close.
I think Lachlan can fill us in, as he is the analyst here today at the Gfinity Elite
Let us
Series.
know why that happened.
That's right.
But one thing that I thought was interesting was the fact that the way that Bug just ran over everybody, right? But at the same time, the Deceptors, they came up against what arguably one of the best teams in this Elite Series, right? But they showed that they're going to fight. There was a couple of games there that went poorly for them, but that last game with Robbie and Zed, that was a fighting game, funnily enough. And they showed, they came out and said, look, we're not going to get run over this easily.
I tell you what I liked the most was Bug's approach to fighting Kamzas's Manat, just really shutting down that, not giving him a chance to get that V-trigger off at all. No BS with the orbs, not allowing him to get any of those disgusting, gosh, what is it, 48? Are we up to 50 hits now? What's Sako up to now?
Yeah, something like Sako,
it's disgusting.
The tech monster. But speaking of tech monsters, we are going to switch over to the analyst desks and have a chat to Luke and Lachlan.
Thanks, guys. All right, Melbourne Order coming out on top then. Huge stuff, Lockie. What were the moments for you?
Oh, look, there was quite a lot that happened. I really love the ROF and Ghost Chips games. The ROF taking that first set and then Ghost Chips bringing it back, making the adjustments, which is something that you don't see, or you're not going to be able to see many times in this format, because it's just that first to one. So getting that ability to have that run back and make the changes, make the adjustments, really worked out for Ghost Chips in that set. I really enjoyed watching Robbie come out of the gate straight away in that last game. That was pretty exciting to watch. So yeah, it's good fun.
Well, speaking of the winning team and the winning captain, the villain himself, go absolutely nuts, ladies and gentlemen, for ROF. Man, congratulations, good work.
Thank you.
You got to feel good about that, yeah?
Oh, I told you guys at the beginning, didn't I?
There's no emotion in that body, is there?
I feel like if you convey or too invested in emotion, it can affect your gameplay. So you just want to go in there with a clear mind and just do your thing.
You terrify me, ROF.
Very good, that's my intention.
Fantastic stuff. Any questions, Lockie?
So in the first game you had Ghost Chips down.
Yeah.
What happened down in that second game?
So basically in the second game, he was more scared of my command grabs. But obviously, as you said previously, in the 1-to-1 setting, it's a bit hard to adjust to that when somebody's starting to get a read on your command grabs. So I already instilled that sense of fear in him to jump and backdash my command grabs. A lot of misinput on my part. I felt like I just didn't really get a lot of the combos down and whiffed a lot of stuff, which was totally my fault. But I feel like if I actually got those inputs, I would have closed probably both of those rounds that I was coming back in and would have won. So it's just a matter of getting into the habit of cleaning up my gameplay and getting the jitters and the nerves out of my system.
Yeah.
I feel like you've seen The Matrix. You know what I mean?
I've seen into your soul as well.
All right, we're going to move on to something else. No, let's throw to Ash backstage. She's hanging out with the losing captain. What's happening back there, Ash? How's he doing?
Look, unfortunate loss here, but look, what I absolutely loved about watching you guys was there was a lot of riffing between the games. Do you reckon that plays a lot into how you actually play the game?
I mean, absolutely. Everyone knows that ROF is the biggest villain in the Australian FTC, and he played like it, just did what he wanted. Command grabs, bullhorns, just did whatever he wanted, and he got away with it in the first game against Ghost Chips. And then I felt like over the course of the games, we started adapting to the villainous mentality, and we started stealing those games back.
Yeah, it was a bit of a close game, but what did you find for you personally in your matches? What was the most difficult part?
Honestly, I want to say nerves. I dropped quite a few punishes and inputs that I shouldn't have, but I mean, full credit to Bug, the Ibuki player. He absolutely destroyed me, and he took advantage of my weaknesses and just blew me out.
So you've got some things I suppose you could work on for next week. What are you going to try and focus on for next week?
I mean, honestly, I think this is one of the hardest teams in the Elite Series, and I'm quite proud of what Camzace did and Ghost Chips. Ghost Chips has lost to ROF relentlessly over the last year, and he pulled out a win when we needed it against him, so I was super happy about that. But we're just going to play our best, and we're going to keep improving and doing what we do.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing that coming up in all the future games. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, back to you, Luke.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, g'day. You just popped in my shot. Hey, ROF. Hey, so let's have a look back at all those games. We're going to have ROS sitting in for sweet insights as well. Talk us through what you saw, Lockie.
All right, so let's see what we got going up here. All right,
what are we looking at here?
Camzace versus Zed. So this set looked like it was going to go Zed's way at the start because it was very aggressive, straight out of the bat, keeping up in that Manat face, but Manat was able to cover that space, keep Zed out, which did ensure the victory.
All right, cool. What's happening here? Talk me through.
So this is a nice little block string that she can do when she does have that V-trigger, keeping the pressure up, but, oh, no, we've changed. But now, yes, so this is Robbie and Bug, which did go Bug's way. So this was a pivotal moment. So Robbie did have the chance to bring it back, but he did a big unsafe move, giving the turn back to Bug, where he was able to net a lot of damage, as you can see up in that health.
I also love that it said left team handle and right team handle. That's my favourite bit.
All right. So
what else is going on here? Talk me through.
All right. So this is ROF and Ghost Chips playing. That's the first round there to Ghost Chips, where he was playing more patient, but then ROF was more the aggressor in this, finishing with his classic overhead, which is something he does like to finish the rounds with.
That's where I do best.
But those bullhorns, big birdie damage to end it. And again, so this is where you were trying to instill that fear of the command grabs, which was working for you. But as you were saying, again, going for that EX command grab, but he was too ready for that.
Okay, now we're at Camzace and Bug here.
Yeah, so this was a bit of a blowout for Camzace. He was not teching, which meant Bug could go ham with all these throws. Like, the highlight reel of this is just Bug throwing Camzace and then getting that perfect in the end. So then we have the Robbie Slav versus Zed match to close it out. And Robbie looked like he could have done it. This was really smart. So that was a checkmate situation there for Zed. There was nothing Robbie could have done. Here he had him in the corner, but the activation and the quick dash up to back throw to close it out. Smart decision. That showed that Robbie was a bit scared of Zed there.
All right, well, I want to ask you right now, Lockie, do you have an Astro MVP for this match? Bear in mind that you are sitting next to a player. Make your choice, but I'm worried you're going to,
So I would definitely have to
end up in
say
a gutter if you don't say
it's
the right
Bug.
thing.
That's good. It's my teammate, so
Yeah,
I'll take
no,
that.
Bug played really well. Just shown in that last match against Cam's Ace. He absolutely dominated every match he was in. Played really solidly. Won every game. Well deserved. Got in his opponent's head. Able, look at this. Throws.
I just told him to go ham. I just said press every single button, do whatever you can, throw Cam off because Cam doesn't know how to play in a tournament setting. He's not really up to that point yet. So I felt like when the pressure's onto him and when he needs to capitalize on that, he can't do it. So I told Bug to do that, and as you can see, it worked out.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happens.
Did you just claim the MVP by proxy? Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're going to move on just so he stops staring deep into my soul. Let's have a look at the standings right now, as they are now. So Cam's Ace, that was 2-1. Got Slade there. We got Robbie Sla 0-2. We got Ghost Chips, lost that one against ROF, the big man himself. We have Ghost Chips 2-0. You lost that one, ROF. Do you remember that one?
Happens.
And then we had Cam's Ace and Bug came out. Cam's Ace under there and Robbie Sla 0-2 Z. So